Hey everyone, it's Zach with Z Squared Gaming. I have another pickup video here for you. I do have quite a lot of stuff, so I'm going to just get right into it. I'm going to start with my doubles that I will be having for sale, of course, in the future. I can't remember if I've mentioned it previously, but I did pick up a disc resurfacer, so I am able to kind of run all my discs through that need it. And so that's really been helpful in selling a bunch of stuff. I've actually been very busy with having a bunch of selling events, and so that's kind of one of the reasons why I haven't been able to get this video up yet. This is the pickup video for June, and I know that this is actually in August, so I'm kind of a month behind. So July I didn't pick up as much stuff because I had so many vending events, and I just haven't been able to get out. I've also had a little bit rougher time finding garage sales and that kind of stuff too. So like I said, I'm just going to hop right into it. All the first stuff here is like doubles that I'll be selling in the future. I did pick up from a Facebook marketplace and also a face group friend kind of that I kind of knew about, but I didn't realize that he lived like really close to my house, like I don't know, a couple blocks away as the crow flies. It's a little bit to get there as far as driving, but he posted a bunch of stuff for sale. It was one big lot with a bunch of different stuff. You'll see a lot of that in here. And to start off with, oddly enough, something that I don't really look for, but it was such a big kind of good offer that I just picked all this up too. I already had all these Atari games, Atari 2600. First one here is Laser Blast, and then Combat, Maze Craze, Space War, Math Grand Prix, Defender, Pitfall. I've had multiple copies of Pitfall. I think that's just a pretty common title. Space Invaders, and then a ColecoVision Donkey Kong. A Coleco game. And then let's see, we got Pac-Man. I've had multiple copies of that, and then I actually have another Pac-Man, so two of them. Missile Command, Video Pinball, and then Centipede. So I did pick up some that are going into the collection, so you'll see those later on. Moving on here, I'll just kind of go with, let's see here. Yeah, I'll just grab the PlayStation 1 stuff. So in that same lot with the Atari, there was a Digimon World. Sure. For the PlayStation 1, it is just a loose copy, so I'm going to be looking, of course, for to complete that. This one does need to be resurfaced, so I'll certainly get that done. And then I did pick up also this binder. This was also from that same lot from the Facebook marketplace and kind of friend through group. So Spyro, Ripto's Rage, Mega Man 4, Jet Moto, Mass Destruction, 2 Extreme. So as you can see, all these are loose. Driver 2, Test Drive 6, Siphon Filter, Die Hard Trilogy, Live 97, NBA Live 97, and that will do it. And then just getting into PlayStation 2 here. I'm just going to try to kind of just bust right through everything here. I'm not going to remember where I picked all this stuff up, especially with being a couple months ago, so I'm just going to go through it here. Cars, Crash Bandicoot, Spider-Man 3 Special Edition, Blitz the League, SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. I think that one has a little bit of value, but I think it's been dropping a little bit. Naruto Ultimate Ninja, and NBA Street. Those are all the PS2 games. Getting right into the PS3. The Last of Us. I'll have to check to see. There is, I think, like either a more rare copy or a error copy or something like that of this game, Last of Us. So I'll have to check to see if that is the case. I don't think I've checked that yet. SSX, Skyrim, and then into the PS4 games, Call of Duty Advanced War Day Zero Edition, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Titanfall 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and then, funny enough, a sealed copy of Destiny 2. So, a game that can be just downloaded for free, which is kind of funny. Doesn't hold any value at all as far as even being sealed. So I'll then get into the next set of games here. It's just right in front of me. Just kind of sort a little bit here. Let's get into the Xbox stuff. Let's say I think I have a bunch of 360 and then some Xbox One. I got Minecraft, Halo 3, Mass Effect 2, Bioshock Infinite, Country Dance, Next Sports, not for resale. I should double check, make sure I don't need this for, because I might have just the normal edition, not for resale. So I'll have to double check that. Plants vs. Zombie Garden Warfare. I think I have trouble saying that every time I say that title. Another Skyrim for the 360. Battlefield 4. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Got Kevin Spacey on the back of it. And just a couple more 360 games here. We got Rage. Actually, that was the last one. And then Xbox One, we got Dragon Age Inquisition. Just Cause 3. Elder Scrolls Online Tamriel Unlimited. Pretty sure I mispronounced that, Tamriel. I don't know if that's correct or not. Battlefield 1. It's got some, looks like some water damage to the cover art. Lego Worlds. It's got a damaged case. And then Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy with all 3 games. So that was all the Xbox stuff. I'll get into the Nintendo stuff next here. I have a couple of DS games and then a 3DS and then some Wii and Wii U actually. So let's see here. We got I Spy Funhouse, Pets Fashion Dogs and Cats. It's just one of those shovelware ones for the DS. For the 3DS, I got Cars 2 and then Mario Kart 7. Alright, and then on to the Wii. Got a copy of Wii Sports. New Super Mario Brothers 3. Wii, not 3. I just saw the 3 kind of lines there. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. It's one of the few Zelda games that I've never actually played. So I'll have to try that out sometime. Cabela's Big Game Hunter 2012. Looks like that's just got some kind of issues on the cover art there. Wipeout 3. Just Dance 2. I'm sorry, Just Dance Kids 2. There's a difference there. Rock Band Track Pack Volume 1. Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. Looks like I got a couple of stickers on that one that I need to take care of. Ultimate Band. Lego Rock Band. Rock Band Lego. Maybe that's the same thing. Yeah, I think that is actually the same thing, but this is just a loose copy. Lego Indiana Jones 2, The Adventure Continues. Broken case. Angry Birds Trilogy. Just Dance Kids 2. I had another one of those earlier. Ben 10 Alien Force. Ooh, got a copy of Mario Kart. Skylanders Swap Force. Lego The Lord of the Rings. Looks like I got a couple of stickers on that one. Lego Batman, the video game. And then it looks like a manual for new Super Mario Brothers Wii, but then the game for Sing It Family Hits. So just a little bit of a hodgepodge there. A few more Wii games here. We got Crayola Colorful Journey. And then we got Shrek the Third. Love those Shrek movies. Sega Bass Fishing. Lego Lord of the Rings. Minute to Win It. Rock Band 2. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. Lego Batman 2 DC Heroes. Lego Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars. Getting a lot of these Lego games. Big Beach Sports, Wii Sports Resort. Looks like it's got some damage to the cover art, unfortunately. And then Ben 10 Alien Force Viljax Attacks. And I might have mispronounced that, Viljax as well. So I do remember that I got a lot of those Wii games at a single garage sale. It was on an Ask, and that's all they had. They didn't have any system left. I don't know what they had done with it. Maybe it had broke, I think. And I asked if they still had it because I would have wanted that as well. But I think I ended up paying less than $1 for each of those. So it was just a lot of stuff that I can use to resell to further the collection. And it was just kind of helpful to get it out of their house too. So I did mention earlier, I do have a couple, or actually a few Wii U games. I cannot recall where these came from. Want to say that it was actually a thrift store, if I remember correctly. I don't think it was at a garage sale, but even if it was at a thrift store, it would have been pretty cheap anyways, $2-3. We got Super Mario 3D World, Nintendo Land, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, and then Breath of the Wild, and that is the Air cover art with the multiple remotes or controllers on the back instead of just the couple. So that's always fun to grab. That is technically what's called the first copy or the first run. So that's all the doubles that I have that I'm adding to my for sale stuff. Of course, I will have to go through and resurface a bunch of that. I think if I remember correctly, a bunch of the Wii games were in pretty rough shape, so I will have to run that through my resurfacer. If you guys do follow me on Instagram, I am going to be at some point opening up for doing resurfacing as kind of like a business to make a little bit of money. I have already done some resurfacing for a friend of mine that lives in Wisconsin, and so that's been kind of nice to kind of get a little bit. I do give a little bit of a deal for the people that I know, and so essentially the friends and family discount type of thing. That is what it is. That's one of the things as far as being my friend. Of course, if you want to get to know me a little bit, so we can certainly get to know each other through Instagram if you're not in Minnesota here. Otherwise, meeting up at swaps are always fun, of course, too, if you're in the neighborhood of Minnesota. Certainly reach out to me. I will, I don't think I've ever done this before, but I will put my Instagram in the comments down below, so you can check that out. It's actually Z underscore, I think I have squared and then 81, if I remember correctly, is my Instagram. So I do have quite a few followers there. If you're not following me there already, you can certainly do that. And if you do want to get some discs resurface, I will be willing to do that. I haven't quite come up with the dollar amount. I know a lot of people are doing $3 a disc. I might do $3 a disc, but then if you do maybe like 10 or more, I'll maybe do $2 a disc or something like that, and then you will have to pay for postage both ways. So I think that's going to be a little bit better than some of the other people that do the that kind of disc repair for people. I know they usually do $3 and then the postage both ways type of thing. So I think I might just try to kind of undercut them a little bit, but anyway, I'll just kind of get it back into the games here. So those are all my doubles. All the rest is going into the collection. So there was, I just remembered looking at one of these other items, those Wii U games were at a garage sale. So that was a pretty crazy find. He had a bunch of stuff. A lot of the stuff that is actually going to my collection was at the same garage sale. And yeah, I did pick up all those Wii U games at that same garage sale. They had Wii U, they had, I think, some, actually I think some of that PlayStation 2 games earlier on as well were from that same garage sale. And then the item that I was looking at, I'll just grab it here first, which is a, I think it's a 3DS. Yep, it's a 3DS dock. This was actually in the free bin, so I grabbed this as I was walking away. I didn't see it until as I was walking away, so that was an awesome grab. I don't think they're worth too much at this point, but I've never had one, so it'd be pretty cool to, I didn't know that you could even have this little thing here to get, I think, access to the games type of thing. So yeah, I've never really had a 3DS or even a DS growing, as I was growing up. So it's been just since I've been collecting that I've been getting all these handheld systems, especially for Nintendo. So it's fun to see all the different little things that you can pick up, and I have a little bit of cleaning to do, but there's that. There's another big item that I'm just going to kind of get out of the way here, which is a in-box PlayStation 4. So it does have some damage to the box. It's not in the perfect shape, but it's in decent shape. So as you can see, it's got some kind of ripping around the handle there. And thing about this is that doesn't have any. It doesn't have a controller. It doesn't have any cords either. It's just the system and then the box. All the inserts are in there, type of thing. Can't recall if the manual's in there or not, but I'll have to get a controller and the cords to kind of fill this out. I don't remember. I don't think I even plugged this in to see if it works, but I essentially just bought it for the system in the box, and I think I paid $80 for that. So I was hoping to get, I think I gave an offer of $50. They had it at $100. They countered with $80, and so that's what I accepted. So always fun to grab boxes for consoles that I don't have, and this was one of them, so that was awesome. And like I said, nice to kind of get out of the way here. All right, now kind of go just from my left to my right as far as what I have for games here. It might actually go in pretty much the same order as I did with my earlier titles and the stuff that I'm having for sale. So I'm going to start off with Atari here. So I think I have even more games going into the collection than not, so that was pretty sweet. And so the first one here is Raiders of the Lost Ark. I didn't even know that they had a Raiders game on the Atari 2600. Kangaroo, Indy 500, Vanguard, and I don't even know what this one is. It has no sticker on it, and I don't think I even tested that, so I'm not quite sure what it was. Fishing Derby, looks like that's got some writing on the label or a little bit of damage. Pole Position 2, some of these have some label damage. This one actually had it in the corner, with a little damage there. This is a very badly damaged label, and it's Joust. You can barely even see that it is Joust, but I don't know what happened there. Maybe a child got at it with a pen or something like that. All right, so the next one here is Miss Pac-Man, and I guess this is the best one out of the bunch. I have a friend that I sent all the 2600 games to, and he said that this was the most rare game of all the games that I purchased from that person off of Facebook Marketplace. If I recall, it's not worth too much right now, but of course, with it being more rare, it might kind of go up in price in the future. And that is Roadrunner, which, just like the Raiders, I didn't know that there was even a Roadrunner on Atari 2600, so there's, of course, a lot of games that I didn't know. Now, this next one, Street Racer, I want to say I even played this on the PC at school before typing class, if I remember correctly. So this will be a fun one to test out to see if that is the same game. I just remember, we would get to class early and then bring it up on the PC, play it until the class actually started, and then of course did our typing. So that was pretty cool to see that was on the 2600. I didn't think that was even outside of the PC, so I'll have to check that one out soon. The next one here is Surround, and then Outlaw, Demons to Diamonds. Should actually put it a little bit closer for you guys. River Raid, and then Firefly. It's got a really cool cover to it, or a label to it. So as you can see, none of them had any manuals or outer boxes. If I remember correctly, the 2600 had cardboard boxes. So of course those tend to have been destroyed when people were kids. So that does happen. But so that was it for the 2600. I think if I remember correctly, it had a 2600 system, just the brown and black version, not the, I think they call it the Darth version with it all being all black. It was not that. I haven't quite tested it yet, the system. And then it also had a 7800 or 70, is it 7800 or 7600? You guys can comment down below and kind of fix my issue there. And like I said, I have never grown up with the Atari, so I'm not quite sure what all of them are. I want to say it's 2600 and then 7800. I don't remember. Comment down below and correct me. So that's one thing I would like to kind of get you guys to do a little bit more, is a comment down below, and so that we can have a little of a conversation going. Maybe if you want to say, what your favorite Atari game was, or your favorite Wii game that I showed so far, or talk about maybe something that's coming in the future here. I have some pretty cool things coming up here. So I'll just kind of get back into it here. So let's see, the next here were, I know some of these were from a thrift store, but I don't think all of them were. Actually, they might have all been from a thrift store. But this thrift store did price them up, not as expensive as what they go for on the market, but just they kind of, I think, look stuff up and then go $5, $10, $15, $20 lower than what it's going for on the market, so that they get a little bit more money out of it, but that it's not full market price. But it's all Sega Master System games, and the first one here is Altered Beast. And the next one here is F-16 Fighting Falcon, the Sega card. Hang On and Astro Warrior, kind of a dual pack. Pro Wrestling, the Mega cartridge. The funniest thing is the headless guy holding his own head, it seems like, on the cover there. And then the last one here is Rambo First Blood Part 2, the Mega cartridge. And I didn't even realize that they had that on the Master System. Alright, so that's it for kind of the older systems. I do have a few Nintendo stuff here, so I'll just go right into that. Start off with a loose DS game, and that is True Swing Golf. Not too much value there. This next one here is the Castlevania Adventure, and that's for the original Game Boy. And I can't recall where I picked that one up. I want to say that was at a thrift store as well. And then I'll go into the DS here. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Battleship Connect 4, Sorry in Trouble. And I believe that I picked up at GameStop. Madden 06. Fantasy All-Stars. I think it's Major League Baseball 2K9 Fantasy All-Stars. WarioWare DIY. I think that's got some value to it. This I also picked up at that garage sale that I mentioned earlier that had the Wii U stuff and the PlayStation 2 stuff. So this was another one of those that was in that kind of pickup. So that was really nice to find and get. And got some kind of a hair sticking out of the case here. All right, the next one here is Little League World Series Baseball 2008. I think one or two of these other DS games I got at that same garage sale as well too. So I got one 3DS game here, and that is Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal. All right, and I got a couple of regular Nintendo games, and these were both at a thrift store. Like I was just mentioning earlier, they do kind of price things up. They look it up and then kind of go a little bit below that. But it was just fun to find and grab. And first one here is Mega Man 4. And it does have a Mr. Movie sticker on the front of it. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. I know a lot of people like to keep that kind of stuff on there. That's right on the label itself, so I'm going to probably keep it on there for this, and then eventually try to find a little bit better copy so that I might personally like to not have like a whole lot of stickers or labels on my games. I like to have them kind of be looking the best as far as the originality of it type of thing. So another one here that was from that same thrift store that kind of priced things up is a complete in box Yoshi. Now I do have it in a protector here, so it's a little harder to see the condition of it. It does have a little bulge on this side. It's got a rip on the top here. Other than that, it's actually in really good shape. I think it's got kind of a inner bulge to it. I know that happens quite a lot to original Nintendo games, but so that was pretty sweet. It looks like it does have a minor rip in the S from Yoshi, but still fun to find and pick up from a thrift store. So, alright, I'll continue on here with Nintendo, and I'll kind of try to go in order a little bit here. I will go next with the GameCube. I did pick up a few here. This, I remember, was at a garage sale, so she did kind of know that she had video games and that they were expensive, being the GameCube, so I looked them up, and then I did about half of what they were worth, and, you know, I told the person what they were worth fully, and then said, you know, would you do half? And I think they countered with about like 60 to 65%, and I accepted. So don't remember exactly what I paid, with it being a couple months ago, but still fun to grab out in the wild at a garage sale. So one of my favorite games that I remember playing on, I want to say the PlayStation 2, that's SSX Tricky. So that was a very fun game. It's my favorite of the SSX games. I have played, I think, SSX 3, and then even, I think, just the first SSX as well. Tricky is the best in my opinion, but that's, like I said, just my opinion. If you want to comment down below what your favorite SSX game is, that would be fun, so that we could do a little bit of kind of comparing. If you guys like Tricky as well, certainly comment down below and say that as well, so that we can kind of all be on the same page in that. So, all right, next games here is 1080 Avalanche. I think this one actually had the biggest value out of all four of these games here. Next one here is Cars, and then a player's choice of The Sims. All right, and then next up is some Wii games. Not too many, and I can't recall where I picked these up. I think one or two of them might have been with that bunch of Wii games that I have that were doubles. I think there's maybe one or two games that I needed for the collection, and then I think the other two might have been at like I think one of them was at a swap. Maybe two of them were at a swap. I think this first one was at a swap. Soul Calibur Legends, and now that I'm reading it, I did pick this up at a swap. So I'm north of the Twin Cities here in Minnesota, and I did a swap down in Mankato, which, if you guys know where Mankato is located in Minnesota, it's pretty far south. And if I remember correctly, it's about a 2 hour, and I think it's like a 2.5 hour drive, or 2 hour and 40-minute drive for me. But it certainly was a fun first swap down in Mankato. They have announced that they are doing another one in the future. I can't quite recall when it was off the top of my head, but I would maybe check out your local kind of Facebook groups to see when that is, so that you can maybe meet me and of course meet a bunch of other people that have games and buy and sell and trade games. So that was the first one. A few more here. Angry Birds Star Wars. Kind of surprised I didn't have that one. Kids Bop Dance Party. Pretty sure this was in that one with from the garage sale with all the Wii stuff. And then I want to say I picked this one up at another swap. Sid Meier's Pirates. I think that was maybe for like a few bucks, or it's worth like 8 or 9. And then oddly enough, so getting on to the next system here, for me, for this pickup is a Nintendo Switch game, and I never picked up a open copy of Splatoon 2 for the Switch. So I do have that now. I have played the first one quite a bit on the Wii U, but I just haven't played the second one. I have a sealed copy already, so it was fun to pick up a open copy, and I want to say this might have been at a garage sale, oddly enough. So, all right, so that's all for the Nintendo. I will start. I take that back. It's not all for the Nintendo. I'll kind of continue on with Nintendo. I just remembered that I did pick up a little bundle here at a garage sale. I'll tell you what, I did pick up a original Nintendo at a garage sale on an Ask. So it came with the system, all the cords. I think it has one controller. I don't think it had a second one, but it did have a few games here. And I think I have some of these games, so I'll have to kind of... No, I'm sorry. I have all of these games. I just don't have the manuals. And some of them come with manuals. So, first one here is 10-Yard Fight. And Kung Fu. And I'll let you know which ones have the manuals and which ones don't. Super Mario Brothers 3. That's a Right Bros. Super Mario Brothers 2. And this one does have the manual, which I did not have in my own collection. The manual's in pretty rough shape, but it's fun to add manuals, especially to NES games. And then the last one here is the Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt combo. But this one also does have the manual, which I did not have as well, too. So that was a fun pickup. That was a garage sale that my father had actually went to the previous day that then my dad and I went, like the kind of the second day. My dad didn't realize that it was the same sale until we kind of like got into the actual garage itself. And so I did my spiel of asking about video games and listed off Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, and, oh, well, we have a Nintendo in the basement or wherever it was. And the gentleman went and grabbed it. And I said, you know, everything's worth, you know, such and such, but would you mind going with $40? And that's kind of my go-to with the system and a few games. I don't know for sure if the system actually works. I will likely have to do a lot of cleaning if it does work at all, type of thing. With it being an NES, I probably will have to boil the 72-pin connector and get that all cleaned out and everything. So we'll see if it even works. That's why I always offer the $40, is because most systems do not work once you get them home. So I kind of try to take that into account. And the gentleman I was actually expecting would to counter, and he did not. So that was awesome to pick up for $40. So that was a nice pickup there, especially adding those manuals to the collection. So, all right, getting on here to the next stack here, I will go into the PlayStation stack here. And looks like I have a couple of PlayStation 1 games, some PlayStation 3, and some PlayStation 4. So I think this was from that first kind of Facebook Marketplace that I mentioned, the person that I knew from the Facebook group that I'm in. I think it was in that same kind of binder, and so I just pulled them out because I knew that they were ones going into the collection. First one here is Gex 3. And then World Destruction League's War Jets. Never heard of that one. And as you can see, these are all loose. And then Warzone 2000. So we'll have to see about getting the manual and box for those games to complete those. And knowing my luck, I'll probably find them complete and then just have those loose ones for sale in the future. So, all right, and it looks like I did not pick up any PlayStation 2 games for this month of June here. The next stack here is PlayStation 3 games. And the first one off here is the Sly Collection. And then Conan. I believe I picked that up at GameStop. Call of Duty Modern Warfare Collection. That one might be a little bit harder to find in the future. Got a Greatest Hits of Medal of Honor. Stuntman Ignition. Superbike World Championship. SBK. And then Kings of Alamar Reckoning Greatest Hits. I believe I have this already, but not Greatest Hits. Alright, the next game here is actually in a steelbook, and so I'm not quite sure if it's a PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4 game, and it looks like it's PlayStation 4. I'll kind of open this up for you guys to see, and it's Persona 5 Royal. It's a pretty cool steelbook. Not quite sure if these steelbooks had like outer slip covers or not. You'll have to let me know down in the comments. And then my continual of the PlayStation 4 games, I got Worms, WMD. I think it's World Mass Destruction. Can't remember. Anyway. Next one here. So that one, the Worms, was from GameStop. I remember a few of these here. So Under Night in Birth, X Late CL-R. Never heard of it, but this is actually a sealed copy. And this I won down at that Mankato swap meet that I just mentioned a little bit ago. I won in the raffle. So it was kind of a cool situation where someone before me won the raffle, but then they said, you know, kind of forward it on to the next person and give them, I think they had won like $50 in like gift cards or something like that. So then they said, okay, well, I'm going to forward it on to the next person that wins, that they will get a, 25, no, I'm sorry, it was 225 gift cards to their booth because they just wanted to get rid of stuff. And so I was the next two winners of the raffle, so I got $50 worth of stuff from that guy's booth, essentially, and that was one of them. And earlier on, I think that's where the Castlevania Adventure that I mentioned earlier for the original Game Boy, that's where that came from. It was that same raffle, so I got that and that PlayStation 4 game for the $50 in the raffle winnings. So that was a pretty sweet free item type of thing. So last couple games for PS4, Batman Arkham Knight. Kind of surprised I didn't have that one. I think I might have already had a different version copy of that. I don't know if it was like the Greatest Hits version or the I don't remember if they have any other, if they have like maybe the Game of the Year edition or something like that. I think, if I remember correctly. Last one here is Dragon Ball Xenoverse XV or 15. I'm pretty sure I picked that one up at the GameStop, but it doesn't look like it has a little sticker on it from like a garage sale, so might have been garage sale. So, all right, so I'll be getting into the Xbox here. So let me just kind of rearrange a little bit here, make it easy to grab. So as you guys are aware, I am going, or at least focusing on the original Xbox to try to complete that collection. As of filming this in August, what is it, 14th today, 15th? I'm at, including Platinum Hits, I'm at 75%. And then if you take out Platinum Hits, I'm at, I think, about 85%. Now, that does include games that you are going to see here, and then also games that I picked up in July, and then the first couple of weeks here in August. So just so you're aware of that. But I am getting closer and closer. It is getting harder and harder to find stuff that I need. And I try to buy stuff complete in boxes as well. So if I find something that doesn't have the manual, if I'm picking it up at like a garage sale, I'll probably pick it up. But if I'm picking it up at like a swap or a thrift, thrift stores, I think I usually pick them up anyways too. But if I'm buying them from like a swap or GameStop or something like that, then I do try to get them complete, just so I don't have to get the manual in the future type of thing. So I'll just go through here. I didn't add a ton back in June for this pickup video, but I grabbed some pretty decent ones. So first one here is Batman Rise of Sin Tzu, Battlestar Galactica, and I think this next one is the most kind of most value out of these four, and that's Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chaos Bleeds. Cannot speak today. And then the last one here is Wolverine's Revenge. I picked this one up from another vendor at the Mankato swap. This one was in a little bit rough shape, so I got a pretty good deal on it. The cover, it's kind of damaged in a couple of spots, so figured that was going to be an easier game to be able to swap out and get a better cover art. So, all right, getting into the 360 games. First one here is the Steelbook copy of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. And this might be missing a manual, so that might not be complete. You guys can let me know down below if that's supposed to have that manual. And then, I do have another original Xbox down here, which I did remember. I'll just go back to this last original Xbox game real quick here. This one I did pick up from a buddy of mine, and it's The Thing. So I did pay pretty close to what that goes for retail. But it was just, of course, get a sale for my buddy, and then also get a game that I needed for the collection, of course. So, all right, getting back to 360, got Madagascar 3, the video game. Got a platinum hits of Burnout Revenge. Kind of a shovelware Me Coach, M-I Coach. Looks like that's a Connect game. Fight Night Round 3. And then I didn't have the Game of the Year edition, the Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. So that's the Game of the Year edition. So that was cool to grab. Then I have a limited edition of Shift 2 Unleashed. It's got a lot of kind of shine to that cover art, so maybe hard to see. World Series of Poker 2008. And then the same place that I picked up that, I think it was it Wolverine? Wolverine's Revenge on the original Xbox. I picked up a sealed copy of Lollipop Chainsaw at that same vendor in Mankato. So I think I paid pretty close to market value for this game, but with it being sealed, I just figured if anything, it's just going to go up in value with it being Lollipop Chainsaw. So that was pretty sweet to grab. I do have it in a box protector just to keep that seal from breaking loose. All right, getting into the last few games here. So I'll get right into the Xbox One games, which the first one here is a loose copy of Destroy All Humans. I do have it in a Xbox One case. And then the next game's here, The Outer Worlds. Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition. Styx Shards of Darkness. Looks like some pretty interesting games. Spike Volleyball. Snoopy's Grand Adventure. Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. It's kind of like a Myst type game. Huh. I think that was at a swap as well. Not at the Mankato one, but at a different one. Dishonored 2. And then Far Cry 4 Limited Edition. I think I had this one already, but it wasn't the limited edition. Oh, and this is also a Walmart edition as well. So that's it for the Xbox games. Let me kind of clear off a little bit. I do have kind of a add-on to this video. So, as you guys are at least may be aware, I help out my neighbors, actually multiple neighbors, with mowing their lawn. And so if you guys have seen some of my previous videos, not like the last one, but in the past, that my neighbor, for me mowing their for me mowing their lawn, they pay me with video games, which I don't know. I'm pretty sure that they look up the value of these games and before giving them to me. But I'm not quite sure because they give me a lot of value versus the value of me mowing their lawn. Of course, it is time that it's taken out of my life to mow their lawn. I also do mow another person's lawn across the street from me, which I don't get paid for that, so I'm perfectly fine with what I get. I may actually tell the person that I get the games from to not give me anything more for the rest of the year, especially for what I'm going to be showing you here. So it's just part of who I am is just to help people out that I can. And I, oddly enough, enjoy mowing the lawn. I have my own riding lawnmower, so it doesn't take a whole lot out of me. Of course, the riding it and doing all the different lawns. So I do my lawn, sometimes my neighbor's lawn, typically my other neighbor's lawn, and then pretty much all the time do my neighbors across the street. So there are a few times when I will mow 4 lawns in one day, including my own and then my 3 neighbors. So like I said, it's just who I am. I just try to help everybody out. The person across the street doesn't, she's kind of an older woman, so she's kind of elderly. She has like a snowblower out in her lawn. I think she even has a lawnmower out in her lawn, but she just doesn't have the ability to go out and do it. So during the winter, I will snowblow their kind of little bit of their driveway. They actually have gravel for a lot of it, so I don't do that. And then their sidewalks. We can actually get ticketed by the city if we don't clean up our sidewalks, so that's one of the reasons why I do that. And then I did see last year that the same person got fined by the city for not mowing their lawn. So that's one of the reasons why I am mowing their lawn now, is to help them not get that kind of in trouble with the city that we live in. So getting back to the mowing the lawn for my neighbor and getting games. Now, these games that I'm about to show you were free for mowing the lawn, but none of them have the actual games in them. So take that into consideration, yet these are still some pretty cool items. So let me get them here. And let's see, I think I'll keep the very best ones for last. So the first 3 games here are N64 games, but like I said, they're not the games. So you'll see what I mean here. So the first one here is a box, and I think this one has the manual of Yoshi's Story, The Player's Choice. And I do have it in a protector already here, so I don't damage it or something falls on it or it falls off the table. But so there's that. I'm pretty sure it does have the manual if I remember correctly. The next one here is, I think it's pronounced Aiden Chronicles, The First Mage. And so this one, I believe, also has the manual. But the thing about this one is that it is pretty damaged in the back here. So I think what happened was there was another game that I'd never have picked up or have seen that got water damage to it and then was put, behind this game. So that box got onto this box. So I was able to get a lot of the box or cardboard or paper, whatever it was, off of this box, but it still did kind of damage this box and kind of pulled a little bit of the paper off. So I kind of stopped, and we'll see if I can maybe kind of get working on it a little bit in the future to kind of try to clean it up a little bit more. But still fun to grab, fun to get for free, essentially, for mowing the lawn. And the last N64 box, essentially, is Pokemon Stadium. Now, this one does not have the manual. It does not have the transfer pack. And, of course, like I said earlier, it does not have the game. But it is still cool to get the big box of it. I don't have this particular box myself, so, of course, it's going in the collection. This one does have some damage back here where the sticker was, that had it, made it sealed when it was purchased. I think the other side is cut, but this sticker was kind of ripped off essentially, so you can see the circular aspect of that sticker. So I do have 2 more boxes here. Now, like I said, these are going to be the best of the bunch. And it's still pretty crazy. I can't believe so this is probably something that I don't know if they did look up or if they just didn't realize, they didn't think that the boxes were going to be expensive type of thing. So first, well, I'll actually just put them both together here. So it is Pokemon Heart Gold version and Pokemon Soul Silver version. and it is the bigger boxes that have the Pokewalkers. Now, again, these do not have the games in them, and these do not have the manual either. So this is just the box. There's nothing inside. There's no Pokewalker. There's no game, but it's just the outer box. But it's still a pretty sweet thing to get. They are in near perfect condition. This one does have a little nick on the bottom here, and then it looks like a indentation kind of crease here on the bottom. And I think the heart gold was even in better shape, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this one does have just some minor kind of wear to it. Little crease here at this top corner, and then this has just a little bit of a rip. But again, this one is just the box. It doesn't have the Pokewalker or the game or anything like that. So still pretty sweet to grab, and I'm just so, I want to say, blessed. To have neighbors that will, help me with my own collection, and then blessed to be able to help them with mowing their lawns type of thing too. So I will continue, even if they stop giving me stuff, I will continue to mow their lawn no matter what. That's just the person that I am. Like I said, if I can help someone out, I will. And so that goes with mowing their lawns. As far as snow blowing, it's pretty cool. There's 4 of us in a row, not even counting the person across the street. There's 4 of us in a row that are kind of younger, and we kind of all know each other. We all help each other out, so if one of them gets out earlier and they have the opportunity or the time to just do the whole sidewalk for everybody, they do that, which is pretty awesome. So it's just really sweet to be in a kind of a small, younger community type of thing to help each other out and add to the collection. So thank you guys for sticking around. This is probably another long video. I know my last one that I put out was pretty long as well. This one did have a lot of games. For July, I didn't have very many games for my pickup, so it will be a very short video for that next one. I'm still trying to get together some other collection videos, PlayStation 1. I think I've said it in the past that I am holding off on the original Xbox to see if I can get even more of the full collection before I do that video, just to kind of go through that and look at all the green of the Xbox boxes and cases and stuff. So, well, thank you guys for sticking around. I did do a kind of a different background here. As you can probably tell, it's been getting dark out. It's getting pretty late in the evening. I just needed to get this filmed so that I can get it uploaded. Like I said, it's been a while, so hopefully you guys stick around and watch this whole movie, or video, not movie. It's maybe long enough to be a movie, but thanks for sticking around. Please like and comment. That certainly does help. Of course, if you can, share with other collectors and comment down below. That certainly also helps as well. Subscribe if you haven't. I've been pretty steady at 115 for quite a while, but that might kind of coincide with me not putting very many videos out. So I will try to kind of get on top of that again and be a little bit more consistent with that. So as you can see behind me, I don't know if it is in camera, but I do have a different background. So you can see a lot of my Xbox 360, some of my kind of more, probably can't see this that I'm talking about here is my Dreamcast, my TurboGrafx 16, my Vita collection to my right, to your left. So you can kind of see some of that. But a good friend of mine gave me this little thing that says, "Be good and do good." It's something that I usually say at the end of the videos. I didn't realize that it was kind of used by someone else. I thought it was something that I came up with myself, but unfortunately it isn't. But anyway, I will still bid you adieu with be good and do good.